ব্যাংককে বিমস্টেক ইয়াং জেনারেশন ফোরামের মূল বক্তব্য রাখছেন প্রধান উপদেষ্টা নোবেলজয়ী ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ ইউনুস। আমরা সরাসরি যাচ্ছি তার বক্তব্যে।
For several years, my pockets are full with dollar. So that was the beginning. And it led to step by step, not only just lending money, but raising questions, fundamental questions. If this money, this dollar can change one person's life, and you get your money back, why don't we do more? I go to the bank in the campus. It's a newly built campus, newly built banking offices. I talked to the manager. He said, why don't you lend money to the people, poor people in the village? He was shocked. He simply argued, bank cannot lend money to poor people. So I argued and argued. Nothing changed. I said, you know what? Your banking system is totally wrong. You are built in a wrong principle. The principle that you work with, the more you have, the more you get. So you're always looking for the guys who have more, so that you can give them more.
ভিশনের ফুলঝুরি মেগা অফারে ফ্রিজ কিনলেই পাচ্ছেন 16 পিসের আকর্ষণীয় গিফট বক্স একদম ফ্রি।
I said that's kind of reverse of the actual principle that you should have. Actual principle should have been the less you have, the more attention you get. And my first responsibility is to go at your door to serve you. You don't do that. As a result, you create this problem for the whole village and for the whole country. Now I see it's the whole world. Same banking principle. The more you have, the more you get. If you have nothing, you get nothing. So stay there. The whole idea of transforming the society is killed right there. There's nothing wrong with people. They're full of energy, full of creative ideas. But the institutions are built in the wrong way. So I started becoming very vocal. Since I'm a university professor, I'm quoted in the press. I make it very, very sharp. People laugh at me. This crazy guy, don't understand any business, any banking. He keeps talking loud about something which cannot be done at all. Poor people need jobs, not money. I started answering that question. I said, money is more important than job. That became another root of my arguments, and I continue to do that. But for the time being, I'm saying not only banks should be made in a way that it should be focusing, started doing business at the bottom first and then gradually move up. To make it more focused, I started saying not only credit is important, it should be considered as a human right. People say, what bank loan has got to do with human right? I said everything. Right to live, right to shelter, right to health. These are recognized as human rights. You cannot achieve right to food, right to shelter, right to health, all these, unless you establish right to credit. The moment you have the right to credit, others will be established by themselves, by people themselves. You don't have to bring it from outside, because credit leads to income. So that continued. I said, since bank doesn't give the money, why don't I create my own bank? So that is another route. Started with that $1 loan. Now I'm talking about creating my own bank. It took a lot of time. Finally, I created a bank for the village, called it Village Bank. In Bangla, we call it Gramin Bank. That's the word you hear. Gramin means village, village bank. And I was very excited. And how do we get all this thing done? With all my students. I didn't have anybody else. My students loved those ideas. They were with me all the time. Continued with that. So it's established in the village, then it started spilling over to the other villages and other villages. Soon we see it became nationwide bank. Everybody said, why do you do that? That doesn't do anything, this tiny little money, $5, $10, $20. That's not, I said, that's the beginning. First dollar is the most important dollar in everybody's life. But the world denies that money. What I'm doing, I'm just bringing that as a human right, that you can do that. As a bank, it's not a charity. Then I started arguing about the charity versus loan. I said, charity is a wonderful idea. Charity money goes out, does wonderful things. The money doesn't come back. So you have one time use your money. But if you invest and lend the money, and the person who took the money promises to pay you back with interest so that you can cover your cost, that's a fantastic opening. You can go thousands of miles with that. Nobody can stop you because money rolls back again and again. So use the same money over and over again. And I started saying, charity money has only one life. You can use the money once only. Money goes out, does a wonderful job, but never comes back. That's called charity. I say the same thing if I use it as a loan. I lend the money, I provided the funds, charge the cost of the operation, money comes back. Use it again. It does the same thing again. So you can expand and expand and expand. Reach out to millions and millions of people. It's very difficult to argue such things in the environment where banking means you have to be providing collateral. I said collateral is the wrong idea.